The first freaky video of Victor Wembanyama was at 16 years old, shooting over 7'1" Rudy Gobert. No one in the NBA can stop that. They say he's the biggest prospect since LeBron James. Actually, 18-year-old LeBron would have gone number 2 in a draft with 19-year-old Victor. So he may be the biggest prospect ever. But a narrative has grown around Wembanyama. The media shows us every insane highlight or palming a basketball with 2 fingers, but they won't show us his imperfections. When USA played France in the U19 championship, Wemby found himself guarding Kenny Lofton. Now, Kenny is notoriously overweight, but he's also 8 inches shorter than Wembanyama. So all it took was Kenny backing up to easily get into the paint for a bucket. What about 7'1" Chet Holmgren? He easily used his body to force Wemby into a horrible shot. The problem no one wants to talk about is Wemby's frame. He towers over Chet, but is even skinnier. That is a huge problem in the NBA because the only thing that could ruin his career is an injury. Chet is out all year because the first taste of NBA physicality, he breaks his foot. The worst example of this is Anthony Davis, who is the closest thing to Wembanyama with guard skills and a big body. But just since becoming a Laker, AD has 49 different injuries. Wemby could be an injury waiting to happen, so he got a shocking phone call from the NBA. Scouts and executives begged his agent to shut him down until the draft. They said, look, you're already the #1 pick. All you have to do is just chill at home until June. But Wemby refused. He said he wants to take his French team to the playoffs and improve his weakness. His NBA blueprints are Kevin Durant for skill and Giannis for strength. Giannis has one of the best rookie to vet transformations in NBA history. Started off as a skinny, lanky 18-year-old, but is now one of the strongest players, adding 51 pounds of muscle. Normally, that is not possible without steroids, but with Giannis, there are 3 other things to factor in. 1, he got older and taller. He just grew. 2, he got obsessed with weightlifting. And 3, dude loves to eat. Right when he came from Greece. I just tasted for the first time a smoothie. Man, God bless America. But when he was growing up in poverty, it was tough. I did not eat. I used to go to school, no breakfast. Not sometimes, every time. Come back, there was sometimes food, sometimes no food. So when he got to the NBA, his agent had to teach him how to eat to build muscle. Pretty soon, he was trying a corn dog for the first time. God bless America. Funyuns! Not a fan. But Giannis combined all that food with weights. Then he was as skinny as Victor is now as a rookie for the Bucks, but by the 2015 dunk contest, you could already see the biceps popping. The thin kid in the gym lifting weights eventually became that famous picture of the Antetokounmpo brothers looking jacked. So the last big injury for Giannis was when he hyperextended his knee against the Hawks, but 3 weeks later he won a chip. So Giannis is the perfect role model, and Victor just posted this photo showing his transformation. He is not on the level that Giannis is now, obviously, but he is ahead of Giannis at his age. This video is just from a few years ago. He already looks like a different person. Now ESPN is reporting what Victor is doing to get a Giannis-type transformation. His French team plays fewer games than in the NBA, so he spends a lot more time working out, and they handpicked the best trainer in France to work with Wemby one-on-one. They had to pay to get this guy out of his contract with another team. So they train every day, and his new body is working. France doesn't call as many fouls as the NBA, so he's playing through contact. They will double team this man even when he doesn't have the ball. And he still leads the league in points, rebounds, blocks, and they're in first place. But the worst injury that a player can get is in his feet. NBA players have some weird-ass feet to begin with. I mean, LeBron James, James Harden, but big men are even worse. And Wemby wears size 20 and a half shoes. He could ski on those things. So we know he has the muscle. Let's look at his injury history. December 2020, broke his leg. By far the biggest red flag, but he was only 16 years old playing against grown men and it hasn't come back. November 2021, broke a finger. That's normal. December, hurts a shoulder. No big deal. June 2022, injures his hip flexor. So not great, but no foot problems. If Wemby combines Giannis's body with KD's skill, whoever gets him could become a dynasty. To be clear, Victor says he does not care which NBA team drafts him, but let's break down the 7 teams with a realistic chance at the #1 pick. Number 7 is actually the Toronto Raptors. They have an outside chance because this season has been disappointing, and if they make trades, it could get worse. There is an outside chance that Toronto moves Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, or OG Anunoby. Whoever they keep would be amazing to build around Wembanyama. Number 6, the New Orleans Pelicans. They have the Lakers' first-round pick. Right now, LA is 3rd from bottom in the West, but all it would take is one injury to LeBron James for their season to fall apart. And LeBron has been hurt every year in LA except for 2020 when they won the title. Wemby with Zion, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum is the best case scenario to win multiple rings. Number 5, the Orlando Magic. Their young core is so good, they beat the Celtics twice, but they only have 19 wins, which gives them a great chance at #1. I also love the fit in Orlando because they don't have a lot of talent at center outside of Bol Bol. Number 4, the Charlotte Hornets. Their entire season was screwed from the start. Miles Bridges got arrested, LaMelo Ball got injured. Right now, they only have 13 wins, but they are number 4 on this list because I think LaMelo could drag them closer to the play-in. I would love to see Wemby with LaMelo, but they are the worst team in the NBA with Michael Jordan as the owner. The top 3 teams all have an equal chance. They are the Pistons, the Spurs, and the Rockets. Detroit came into the season hoping for a play-in spot. When Cade Cunningham got injured, it was over. They have been stacking talent in the draft. Adding Wembanyama would be fun, especially with Cade. The Rockets also have talent, but they are not developing. This year has been so ugly, and Houston's toxic culture would be horrible for Wembanyama, especially if the rumors are true. They might get James Harden back. So my #1 team is the Spurs. The best coach in the NBA, the best culture, and they are his type of team. When Austin Rivers went off saying that highlight culture has killed the NBA, Vic tweeted, "It's real." The Spurs are all about winning, not highlight culture. Team basketball, no flashy BS. They traded DeJounte Murray and want to move Jakob Poeltl to tank for Wembanyama. The only other time they've done this is for Tim Duncan, and they didn't waste his talent. They won 5 championships. A perfect fit for ripped Wembanyama. Just don't ask DeJounte Murray because he went on another podcast to talk trash about his time with the Spurs, but this time he actually got pretty personal. Check it out.